Hello everyone. Thank you for checking out today's video. I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like and subscribe. Let's get started. Parents of Reddit, what's something that you think teenagers of Reddit need to hear? Your body parts won't all grow at the same speed. Don't panic, everything will probably even out. Probably. Maybe. Sort of. Learn to say no. If a request makes you uncomfortable, you can say no, even if it's to family or friends. It's healthy to set boundaries and learn to respect other people's too. I'm a senior in college, about to graduate, and I'm taking this weird, but very fun, elective dance class. One of the warm-ups we do is this partner activity where you sort of give each other a mini massage. It's a small class where I know everyone, besides which we choose our own partners, so it's not like you're going to end up with someone who you don't want to touching you, but our professor has this rule that you have to say no at least once during the warm-up. Even if you're not necessarily uncomfortable, just pick a time and tell your partner to stop. She says it's because we don't get enough practice saying no in our lives, but it's an important skill. And she's right. Even when I'm given full permission, I find it hard to tell people to stop, just because I'm so used to being polite and always saying yes. Me telling my teen self, don't let your emotions dictate your choices. The teen self, don't tell me what to do. If your parents are good people, you should try talking to them about your problems. Don't let embarrassment get in the way. As a parent of older teens, I'd like to offer a small bit of advice to parents of younger kids. Always volunteer to drive them places. Your kid might not voluntarily talk to you at home, but they will in the car. I have no idea why this is. I figured this out quite by accident. I'm certain smarter people than me know why. Their friends too. Their friends will talk to you in the car, and if you have a bunch of kids in the car, they'll almost forget you're there, and you'll hear all kinds of things. So yeah, be the parent that they can always count on for a ride. I knew you were masturbating. I'm just not going to say anything. Fuck shit. Close the tab, close the tab, close the tab. God, I'm this slow computer. It's okay to take some time to take care of your mental health. Nobody will hate you for it. In fact, it's more than okay. It should be encouraged, and this could easily be implemented in classes at school. At my school they're trying to implement mental health teaching around the school. But they're doing it wrong. They're teaching to eat junk food and meditate. But it's important to note that caring for mental health can be as simple as reading a good book for a few hours when you're getting stressed. Your parents are just flawed people too. They are, mostly, trying their best, but will still make mistakes. I absolutely agree. It is also important as parents to own your mistakes in front of your children. Not only does it teach them that we are not perfect, it shows we are willing to accept when we are wrong, apologize, and we will learn to do better, accept their point of view and advice if it is about them personally too. It is important to let them accept your apology in their own time too. It shows that there are consequences, even as adults, and it also teaches that sometimes a sorry isn't always enough. Nobody is perfect. We will all mistakes along the way. It is how we deal with it that matters. My daughter is 1.5, and I already make a point of saying things like, oh, mama made a mistake. Silly mama. Incidentally, I dropped something in the street while I was carrying her the other day and said, oh, mama, as I went back to get it, and that was the funniest thing she had ever heard, and she kept repeating it and laughing for the rest of the afternoon. That part's not as relevant, but my kid is adorable, so I thought I'd share. Procrastinating is like masturbating. You are only fucking yourself. That we love and care about them. I think we often get caught up in day-to-day life and forget to tell them this. I know my mother loves me, but she never told us, nor did she ever hug us or show physical affection. So sometimes it's still hard to believe that I can be loved. She did her best raising us as a single mother, and her being left by our father because he didn't love her anymore seemed to translate to us a bit. I didn't feel affection growing up. I just remember bitterness and sadness. I know it wasn't easy for her. If I have kids, I'm going to do things differently. Just because you pop out a baby doesn't mean it'll keep your so around, and at times it'll make them break up with you. To that part, just because you have the kid doesn't mean it'll unconditionally love you, especially when you're a shitty parent. These are things my idiotic friends had made when we were young. Choosing to get knocked up at a wrong time in life has shaken lives to rubble at points. It can really ruin your future also. I knew someone who knocked up his 16-year-old girlfriend when he was a college freshman. They got married in a state where 16 was old enough, but he dropped out of college to support his new family. If you want to marry the person you're dating and start a family, that's fine. But it can be hard without a stable job to support the two of you. My buddy did this. He was saving up money to go back to school and only had a year left to get his computer science degree. Got together with a girl who already had a kid and wanted to live with him. He spent all his money taking care of her and got her pregnant. Needless to say, it has been 5 years and he still hasn't gotten his degree and now works at FedEx. To my former teenage self, when they say, don't do drugs until your brain is fully developed, there's a reason, and you should listen. That includes alcohol, BTW. If I could tell my 14-year-old self that, that'd be nice. Alcohol is honestly one of the biggest ones to avoid. Alcohol is a shitty drug. It can kill you and harm others around you. If not that, it makes you do some stupid stuff while on it. But hey, it's legal. There are lots of paths to a successful happy life, not just the one that involves straight A's and the Ivy League or other top colleges. Ironically, most parents tell teens the exact opposite, which is why teens are so stressed and depressed. A lot of people try to glamorize high school and make you think your high school years are the best years of your life. For a lot of people, this just isn't true. It's okay not to like high school or to feel like you don't belong. You are not alone. It gets better. High schoolers deal with a lot of heavy shit. A lot of mental illness comes to light at this age, including depression and anxiety, but also heavier stuff. Many who struggle with these issues won't get help until years later. High school kids also deal with a lot of issues, like identity issues, bullying, pressure to conform, disputes with parents, the pressure associated with juggling work, school, and life that often get better once high school is done. Hang in there, it does get better. For me, high school was some of the worst years of my life. I was heavily bullied to the point that I became paranoid that anybody was laughing at me. When I got to college, I had an epiphany. These two good-looking girls came up to my friend and I as we were eating lunch in the cafeteria. They apologized and explained that they were pledging a sorority and were told to serenade my friend and me. Then they proceeded to loudly sing about how much they loved us. My friend was embarrassed, but I had a sudden realization. I didn't care what these girls or their would-be sorority sisters thought of us. We'd likely never see/interact with them again. On the other hand, I'd likely never again have a woman singing to me about how much she loves me. So I could be embarrassed, or I could just enjoy the serenade and then move on with my life. That's what I did. The lesson here, AKTL, there are a few people in your life whose opinions matter. It varies depending on the situation. These might be close friends, family, etc. For everyone else, accept the positive and ignore the negative. You'll be a lot happier in life. Cliques and high school mentality exist forever. Some people just never grow up. I have really come to realize this through joining an online Scrabble site, Lexilus.com, where most of the users are 60 and above. It really made me despair for humanity for a while, to see how grandparents still treated one another. Now I find it a bit funny. Through them, I learned the terms fudgerpicker, carpet muncher and others. And this one crazy guy, whose username is Papinit. There is someone else called Papicho and someone called them Pap Smear. I explained to Papinit that the person wasn't referring to them as Pap Smear, but the other person. Papinit then thought I was calling him Pap Smear, and he didn't know what it was. Then he looked it up, and got really angry, and came back to say that I drink dog cum out of a bucket. Old people's insults are consistently superior to everybody else's. They used up all their fucks when they were younger. Delete your internet profiles every few years. Your boss in 5 years does not want to see your shit from today, and we all post dumb shit. Google yourself and make sure those accounts are deleted as well. This. Also, as someone who's worked in it, there is no such thing as anonymous. Everything you do online can be traced. Fuck shit. Oh fuck, my ICE probably knows about my homework file. Wow, such a dedicated student doing his homework at exactly 12:30 AM every night. Don't smoke, do heroin, or get arrested. So doing heroin and getting arrested are two alternatives to smoking. Got it? There's no midway. Gotta go extreme.